Hello, everybody. It is Thursday, and what Thursday means is Thursday Midwest F1 racing. And a little bit of a curveball thrown into this week as we have slammed down the divisions, and we are in Division 4 to see what these, I'm assuming all boys, potential ladies, can do down here in Austria. So it's going to be a fun one. We only have 15 in the lobby so far, but we'll hopefully get a little bit sooner. We did start a couple minutes early, unbeknownst, but is what it is, and we progress forward. But anywho, as per usual, I'm joined by my Australian counterpart, Alma Jacko. How are you doing?
Hello, everybody.
Honestly, how's it been? You just hanging out?
Oh, yeah. Big hanging out guy.
Ah, good. Yes, anytime that I find myself to be able to hanging out, then I do that. Do you hang to the left or the right? Do you notice yourself?
I change between the two.
That's fair. You're amphibious then.
Amphibious? You mean ambidextrous?
Ambidextrous, yes, I know. Everyone,
everyone
thinks
I like that.
Yeah, everyone thinks I'm stupid when I say that. I love saying that.
It's gonna be the tone.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, I'm very good at BSing if you haven't been able to tell.
Yeah.
Yes, but anywho, we are in Division 4, and we are in Austria. And for those that don't know this track, I mean, you must have been hiding under a rock and just been introduced into the racing world, because this is one of the more popular tracks here in F1, typically known for a lot of its storylines. A couple of years ago between Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen, with a late pass by Verstappen on turn 3, which is where we're expecting to see a lot more of these said passes to take place this evening. But, I mean, what's your honest opinion on this track, Jacko?
Look, when I started getting into F1, it was called the A1 ring. It was the same layout as it currently is. Mm-hmm. It used to be obviously the Österreich ring, and it went off to the left after turn 1, which was, I think, a better layout. But the cars, for safety reasons, that was removed. Now, since 2001, it's been the same layout, and now called the Red Bull Ring, obviously. I think it's a pretty boring track other than turn 3, really. You got not many corners, really. You got a very small amount of spread in the field. I think we're having lobby issues, by the way.
It seems so. Looks like Settlement Hole was having some issues there, so we might have a restart. Well, it gives us more time to talk, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of a track in Australia called Queensland Raceway, where there's not that many corners. Some of them are kind of similar, and the field is just so close in qualifying that any one mistake at any of those corners can cost you 3 rows on the grid. So for that reason, it's going to be a close qualifying, which is one of the most exciting parts about this sort of track. And in the race, you're going to have 3 DRS zones, which also makes for a lot of passing, but you certainly can't get away. So from a sporting perspective, I don't think it's the fairest track, but it's certainly going to give us something to watch. That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, just kind of ripping around this track by yourself, it kind of get old fairly soon. But when you throw other people into the mix, that's when it kind of gets really, really crazy. Even more than in other track comparison, I guess is kind of what you're saying.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a Russia, where it's so difficult to get away once someone's in your DRS. Obviously, in the wet, that makes no difference. And we're not going to have any wet at all today, I believe, because we've seen the forecast and it's going to be clear, or cloudy, I believe, actually, for both qualifying and race.
Very exciting. Well, anywho, while we wait for that to come up, as we have everyone in the pit lane, I'm not sure if we're going to ride this qualifying out here. We'll see. We do have one person coming up, but there would be more if that were the case. I imagine so. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Some more people are working their way out. But as it stands here in Division 1 Drivers' Championship, Scornsey very tightly leading the way over race day. Now that gap is closing to 5 points. And don't look now, but there as well is Ryan Rods, who's found himself on to be quite a little bit of a streak here in bringing back some points, winning 3 of the last 4 races. And we did get word that Scornsey has been on controller after some unfortunate circumstances that happened with his racing setup. I mean, that's unbelievably unlucky what happened to him, though.
Well, I've never heard of something so drastic happening to someone. It's certainly very unfortunate. I would love to try and think of the real life equivalent to what's happened to Scornsey, but
yeah,
unfortunate.
Yeah, if you want to jump on with Peter DH here, I guess we can go around Austria. You got a little time.
All right, yeah, I'm on board with the Ferrari man. He's taken turn 1 quite nicely, opened the DRS. This is technically turn 2, this left kink here, but it's always flat out. There's never going to be braking for that, even in the wet. Here's turn 3, probably the best overtaking point on the track, but you can also set up a run down here towards the next turn, which is also a very hard braking zone, also downhill, which can make it even more interesting. Seen some collisions in real life, just on this apex here, if you don't give enough space to the car on the outside. And if things are still side by side, this will definitely end that. Turn 5, very tricky corner, kind of unsighted as well, as are some of the last corners. And here's this final sector, a very tricky section as well, very easy to spin there. And over this crest to the final 2 corners, which are probably the most wheel-favoured corners there are, I can imagine, other than at Monaco, in the entire calendar. So across the line he comes, goes straight to pole, obviously the first lap set. Well done.
Yeah, not too bad. We'll see how that holds up. Looks like we've got a Aston Martin. No, it's that Spider. It is claiming a purple sector 2. We'll see if that is true. 107.1. What is what would your guess be a competitive Division 1 time if you have that down there, Jacko?
I don't necessarily have my notes with me, but I would guess at least low 5s, if not just into the 4s.
Okay, yeah. So we'll see what these guys can do here down Div 7. 2 so far in the 106s and a couple in the 107s. The teammate of Peter DH there, Cobain, he's going to come over the line and into the 108s, wanting to separate himself from the rest of the field, but going the wrong direction, in my opinion.
Spider there with a good opening time for himself there, almost getting towards the 5s, which is a very respectable time for particularly Division 4. We'll see if he gets challenged at some point later in the session.
Now, I believe it's been quite some time since we've seen this man on the screen right now, Clogmonger, in the being casted. Of course, he did take a couple season break, but he has found himself back in the league. Once an original commissioner of the league, and finds himself being the first man into the 105s as well. So we'll see how that'll hold on. Wow,
Clogmonger, of course, formerly Division 1 competitor. Mm-hmm. I remember that from when I was there. And yeah, good to see him back on track. I actually didn't realise he'd been away, but yeah.
Oh yeah, he stepped away.
Always good to see Clog around.
Oh, for sure. He stepped like fully away for a little bit, like even off the commissioner side and everything. But yeah.
Oh, we had a spin there. That's Gabby Freak, who's somehow avoided everything on the inside there. Did a really tidy pirouette onto the grass. I think managed to miss everything.
That is Subtle Butthole, I believe, up into 5th place.
What a fantastic name, by the way,
yeah.
Subtle Butthole.
Very good. Wasn't someone having some complaints about their name, too, in this league at one point? And then someone's just like, you're complaining about this, but you have no problem with Subtle Butthole?
I have no idea. What was the other name?
I cannot remember. It was nowhere near as bad. I think it was Uncle Ben's Rice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he changed that to Scuba Steve.
Yeah. And then it was like, you've completely left out Subtle Butthole. You have zero issue with that one.
Maybe he didn't notice.
Yeah.
Who was complaining.
I thought that was hilarious, though. I think, yeah. Can't remember. I think Shelly and I were having a chuckle about that a little while ago.
I think I had a really close battle with Subtle Butthole one time as well when I was reserving in a, I can't remember what division it was, 3 I believe. Had a last lap battle in Saudi Arabia, so had experience with quite a few of these drivers over the seasons. Good to see them.
Yeah, a lot of familiar faces for sure down here. I think those Army Forever. But C.
Yeah.
Freeman, a man who's been around for quite some time. Peter
Debbie
DH.
Freak was actually my teammate in another league
Oh,
not too long ago. Yeah.
there you go. Peter DH, of course, runs the social media team. Big hand in that.
J Dog obviously ran the NASCAR league, which I
Oh,
was a part of last season.
I did not even know that. Thank you
He did a
very
great
much.
job.
Awesome. Good stuff. You love to see it. You love to see it. We're just giving these guys down here a little bit of their flowers today. I mean, they're down in the trenches grinding it out. And they don't get their screen time as much as there's obviously a higher quality of racing out there, but I mean these guys give a shit. These guys try. They deserve the screen time.
Absolutely. I mean, Gonzalez, I believe, is a competitor in 100% races, the Friday races. So I've raced him quite a few times. Yeah, I mean Freeman's been around since
the
very first season, I believe.
Yep.
I think he was my teammate in Division 2 Season 1.
Don't worry, Evil Prime. The people will get Division 3 again. I believe it's next week, actually. Yeah, because we're gonna. The people want D3. Yeah, they're riding. They're riding. Yeah, trust me, I can hear them outside my back patio. They're losing it.
So is that confirmed, Crash? Next week, D3?
Yes. So I've configured the schedule to be D4 this week, D3 next week, D1 following D2, and then D1 to finish it off.
Okay, so that'll be Suzuka D3.
Oh,
okay,
that's a good one.
That's spicy.
I think as well as another random fact that I have in the back of my head is that Suzuka is one of 2 FIA-approved figure 8 tracks.
What's the other one?
I don't know. I just know it's one of 2. I mean, I could figure it.
Motegi, maybe?
FIA.
No, that's FIA approved.
Approved figure 8 tracks.
If you find it, give us a hint if it's not Motegi. I'll try and figure it out.
Where's this one? Circuito de Santiago.
No, I'm not familiar with that, but it sounds like it's in Chile.
That is, yeah, correct. Formula One Gran Primo de Chile. MotoGP Gran Primo de Santiago. This is both in 2018. That looks like a wicked track.
I'll tell you that there's a track I really want to see in F1 that I've not heard of anyone suggest. It's in Argentina. It's like Potrero de los Funes or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like around a lake, and it's mad undulating. It's FIA approved. I reckon it would be awesome.
I should look up this track though. Circuito de Santiago. It's like, it looks like an acid dripped figure 8. Like someone just took a tab of acid and got told to draw an 8. Oh, I miss racing. About to make a comeback to MidWest, says Evil Prime. That's fun. We have Army Forever spun out around turn 3. Murfola getting a good look at that on his way through.
The gauge is reverse with no problem. Very good.
Spider seems to be out of fuel and babying that bad boy back to the garage. C. Freeman is on an outlap, but I think we have enough time here to finish off the Division 1 results and standings and all that good stuff. So yes, as it stands right there, Scornsy race day, Ryan Rod's very close. Cannot count out GSR Edwin. Anything can happen in the last few races. Lancey sticking in 5th once again, doing a very good job. Mitch Burns got Palmer and Sayains in the relegation zone, and it is about that time of the season where that starts being brought up. Constructors is now starting to be pulled away by the Mercs. They're looking very strong and consistent. Matt Rosie, of course, in the second seat in McLaren, but they have a lot of work to do, and as well to try and hold off the Alfa Romeo tandem there. Last week's race results was another 1-2 Merc finish. Aero Racing Design finishing in the podium for the second time this season. After the very first race of this season is when he picked it up and finally gets back onto it after race 10. The full schedule as it starts to fill up quite nicely there. Ryan Rod's, like I said before, 3 out of 4 wins in a row. Edwin continuing his hot form, 4 second places in a row, trying to get up on the top step. Has not been able to do it this season so far, and we'll see if maybe he can come Singapore when we're there next. We'll get back on board with C. Freeman as he had a little bit of a tailspin around turn 3 there.
Yeah, we also had J-Dog clobber the wall on the exit of 4 and terminally damaged his car. As well as in chat an apology actually from Peter, who apparently took out some braking markers. Wow. Which I really appreciate people apologising for that, because it can be very annoying for drivers who don't have racing.
Or is that just strategy? You just take it out on purpose then? Oh, sorry guys, my bad.
Well, I think if people were to do it on purpose, I'd be reporting the absolute crap out of them and expecting disqualifications.
What if you did it by accident though, man? You just said.
Well, we just specified on purpose.
Well, accidentally on purpose.
Well, no. I'd be the first to support a league that would penalise people for taking out braking boards.
But they did by accident, Jacko. That's very harsh.
Nah, you'd have to prove that you were sliding or out of control or hit onto it.
I mean, my cat jumped on my leg. What about that? Easy.
Oh, there you go. Barbie Yaga in chat saying that Red Bulls were both called up out of D4 into D3. So we're going to miss Barbie Yaga, unfortunately, but he seems to be okay with it.
Yes. There's always mixed emotions when we come down in these divisions. Some guys are like absolutely pumped, and then some are just like, "Oh God, no, don't show me embarrassing myself."
I tell you, Barbie Yaga did a great job in the NASCAR finale. Won the race, so shout out for that.
Fair
that
play.
was about a month or so ago now, but should definitely shout it out. It's part of MidWest Law, did you say?
What track was that at?
That was Phoenix.
I enjoyed the dirt track at the NASCAR heat there. It was a little
Eldora?
No, just like the dirt track series that you could do.
Just any dirt track.
Yeah. It was a little arcadey, but I mean it was still kind of fun.
Oh yeah. It was a good experience, because someone who's not from North America, you don't get much oval racing or any dirt racing, for example.
Oh yeah.
And it was a good little venture, side quest. Anyone who's interested though should certainly hit up J-Dog. He's starting a second season, so get into it, get involved.
And what nights are those?
Don't want to misquote it. I'm pretty sure it was Sunday, but it could have changed.
Sunday your day or Sunday North America?
Yeah, that's what I have to remember. I think it was Monday for me, but Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Let's have a look. Schedule.
Go, Peter DH will go up into 5th place right now. Clog's initial time of a 105.916, still holding strong. And I saw a yellow flag there in Sector 3. I'm not sure if that was Clog. But it looks like he's going to line up another one. So keep a good eye on that. That's probably his last attempt.
Yeah, it was a Sunday.
Gab MK as well looking into it, but yeah, Sundays will be fun. Are they on 5 now, NASCAR Heat?
Heat 5, correct, yes.
Saddlebutt Hole going to 3rd. so far. I think the next actually up is Clogmonger. It's just, you look away for like 10 seconds after a guy like just starts his hot lap and he's already like halfway through sector 2. You're like, oh my god. Just the laps are so quick here.
So what that actually tells you is that you either have some wormholes around your house or that you don't know how long 10 seconds is.
Yeah, well, okay. 15 seconds then. I mean, how long does it really take to finish sector 1? Clogmonger just decides to extend turn 9 as much as possible and opts up into the pit. And he'll be sitting with his initial time of 105.916. We'll see if that stands. I think the only person that can really take that down would be Gab MK, but he has gone invalid, so he will go around track
He's
once
got
more.
time there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's setting this lap up, I believe. He's got some traffic behind approaching him, but he's already started to accelerate, I think. Or no? He should now, though. And Hillcross with, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds to go? Yeah, 30 seconds.
So Chevy Freak up on his time right now. Let's see if he can improve any more in sector 3. Should be able to at least take a couple spots. We'll see how far up he goes, and it'll go all the way up into second 3,000.
Oh, incredibly close as well.
Very well done. Improved quite a bit there in sector 3.
3 different Mercedes-powered cars in the top 3 currently. None of them are actually a Mercedes. Kind of ironic, but let's see what Gab can do. Can he improve the Williams position?
Freeman is done. But yes, on the Gab, sorry.
His split is actually up, but not by quite enough. He needs to find it in the final sector. 2 corners remain. There was a brief yellow flag there, but it's clear. Nicely done through the penultimate corner, and over the curb, and has a really tight line through the last turn. And he improves, but there's an incredibly small gap there. And Spider as well now into the 5.9s. As he pits.
Wow. And he's...
Sorry, not now. He already had that.
Yeah, he's within a 10th, but like, with how close the other 2 drivers ahead of him are, it seems like he's so far behind.
Yeah, exactly. That's 6,000ths of a second between 3 drivers.
Yeah.
Can't help but feel that if Gab had opened the steering a bit more and maybe not gone so hard to the right, he would have kept the momentum and maybe had just enough.
Yeah. It'd be cool if we were able to get a ghost of all 3 of them in their times on how tight it came at the end, on who lost what where, who gained what.
Yeah, that would
where.
be great telemetry to have as a commentator, wouldn't it?
Yeah, in a perfect world. In a perfect world. But hey, we don't have the budget for that yet, Jacko. Yet. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's a good word for this.
Maybe something in the future. If we do this if I predict for another 45 years, we should be able to get that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I don't know. I could be off a year or 2. But anywho.
Season 90.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Anywho, Clogmonger taking home pole in his first tenure back in the broadcasting circles. Chevy Freak, Gab, MK, Spider, all within the 105s. Call Me Maybe, Subtle But Whole, P. Gonzalez, Peter DH. Oh no, it's Maxo and C. Freeman are in your top 10. Army Forever, Cobain Vro, or VRO, Murfolo, Ill Bill, and J-Dog. Ill Bill, that's a problem.
I don't think I've ever seen 6 weld flags in the top 6.
Yeah, no, true enough.
Really random stuff.
The NASCAR win at Phoenix was my first ever win of any kind, says Bobby Yaga. Damn.
Yeah, it was a great win. I was kind of annoyed myself because I was involved in that fight. Well done to you. I'll tell you, Crash, I think we were all like borderline about to get a puncture as well. Like that's the sort of race it was on the last lap. Top 3. Yeah. And 2 of those drivers were involved in the playoffs.
Oh. Damn. Real heartbreaking stuff there.
Yeah.
My goodness. Okay, well, I guess Division 2. Let's get into that right now. VTAC, the Lord and Savior, leading the way. Houdini in second. Guitar Man Khan in third. Helg fourth. And T-Brom in fifth. It has been changed a little bit with Nikki being promoted up into Division 1 there. And currently sitting in relegation. Villeneuve, Josh, and Clay the Monkey. Going to the constructors side. I believe this was fairly tight. Yeah, that's only separated by 34. Actually, damn, there's quite a bit of teams within it. I mean, from 1 to 4 is separated by 43 points. That can absolutely swing in one race. So very tight in the Division 2 constructor circles. Ronan Dunn with the follow. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Division 3 will go constructors first as well. Fairly close. With Williams only separated by 19 points, if my mathematics is correct there. Ferrari and Alpine still with a decent shot. McLaren as well. The constructors is done, so on to the drivers' championship. Electric Blade, Travis Scott, and Pork Chops sitting in the 1, 2, 3. Currently, Jose Miguel, JSD, and Dead Text Message are close to the relegation zone. Or in the relegation zone, are trying to work their way out of it. But Jacko, what division are we into next week?
Next week you said D3.
Yes. Okay. So it's D. Yes. Okay. Thank you. But yeah, D4 Drivers Championship. I don't think we got into that yet. But the writing's too small on my screen. Okay.
That's incredibly close.
Yeah. Damn. That is tight as heck. Oh no, it's Maxo. Call Me Maybe and Alex. All within 12 points. So very tight between there. We'll have to keep an eye on Call Me Maybe, and or I guess Alex, wherever the heck he is. Maybe he's up in Division 3. Not too sure. But not too much separates those drivers there. So a lot of fun is about to ensue in this one. Maybe some potential heartbreaks there, Jacko.
True. And I'm looking at the race winners from the Division 4 season so far, and I only see one winner in this lobby. So the likelihood of a new winner is reasonably high. That winner was Spider, who starts 4th this race. He won China 4 races ago. I see 2 races won in a row by the Johnny Damon, but I believe I just saw him on your D3 list, so he probably has moved up.
I believe so,
Yeah, and I imagine some of these other guys have as well, or moved on, like Galloway. I think Slayer's moved up. Johnny Damon's clearly a reasonably fast driver. I've raced with him in another league as well.
He's actually a baseball player, a former one.
Oh, well there you go.
No, he was like the name Johnny Damon. He was a former outfielder for the Red Sox and Yankees and Oakland Athletics. I'd imagine he's just a fan. Unless that's actually Johnny Damon, that'd be freaking sick.
He plays it down.
Name like a former. I guess no, you only care about racing.
Well, football as well, but football being
soccer.
real football.
If I put it in like football soccer terms, I would compare Johnny Damon to former World Series champion. Very nice hair in his day. Not as much of the celebrity prowess as Pirlo, but imagine if Pirlo, but not as cool as Pirlo, because Pirlo is sick.
Pirlo's pretty cool.
Yeah, but imagine like a less cool Pirlo. That's Johnny Damon.
That's it. I like it. All right. Well, we've already expunged the entire time of the formation lap, and the lights are already out. Great start from 3rd place, even on hards for Gab, and it looks like he may have overtaken Chevy Freak around the outside. He does so. One of 2 drivers on hards, the other one being Army Forever, who's making a lot of positions. It seems there's been a collision somewhere at the back. There's the Mercedes struggling, it's subtle but whole. Also 3 soft runners. 5th Gonzalez is the highest of them. He moves up to 4th already. Oh no, I spoke too soon. He's still side by side there. And there's a 5-second penalty for the championship leader. That's not a great way to start the race.
God, must have really taken a good chunk out of that turn to get that.
Well, it could have just been an illegal overtake that he just chose not to give back. Yeah. could have been for yellow flags or anything like that. Hard to tell without being on board with him. But Gonzalez goes right around the outside at turn 5. Well executed maneuver there. He's up to P4.
Yeah, Clog's done a pretty decent job of already separating himself here from Gab. Gab has really got to try and work to keep this close with those hards. Gonzalez has definitely been on the charge. I got a good angle on his initial start, and he went right up onto the grass. A Daniel Ricciardo-esque attempt way back when in his first race in Renault in Australia, but he actually completed it, and the grass did not eat his wing. Quite a few pits already. J-Dog seems to be struggling. Peter DH, Call Me Maybe, and Subtlebet Hall all into the pit to start.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Clearly they were involved in that turn 1 melee. But Clog will try to escape at least 1 second up the road by the end of this lap. Because he can't, it'll be very difficult to shake off Gab with hard tyres on that car. There's no safety. Gab is in a fantastic position.
Yeah, looking very quick so far. Of course, only losing out on pole by 600ths or 6,000ths of a second, that is. J-Dog still...
Clog's teammate is having some issues, yeah. Turn 3.
Tough go for him right there.
Was pretty lucky not to get stuck on that curb too, because it can actually bottom the car out there, and he reversed over it at quite low speed. But thankfully for him, continues.
He's going to continue right into the pit. He is absolutely without a wing his fastest lap. Seemed to improve. Gonzalez is closing up onto the back of Spider now, trying to make these softs really work early here. Chevy Freak with the first. Yeah, that's pretty harsh. Well, not harsh,
yeah, it's definitely one of those tracks there you can rack up penalties from either going wide at turns 1 or even like the last 2 corners. Even in the middle sector, there's a couple of opportunities to go wide. So you really got to be not careless and not allow the car to understeer, because that's where you get the warnings.
So now looking at the ERS differential between the top 4 drivers right now, Gonzalez and Spider are both fairly low. Clog sitting in the high 80s. Not sure if that's changed, and Gab in 60s. So these drivers in 3rd and 4th really investing early. Freeman very close onto Chevy Freak.
It's always a good idea to spend that energy early to make sure you're within the DRS, and then once you have established that connection, you can sort of just regather it in later laps because you're being pulled along. We'll see if that's the plan here for Spider and Gonzalez, but Gonzalez is continuing his momentum. He's going for the move down the inside of turn 1. There's contact.
Oh.
And around the Williams goes. Off the track as well for Spider.
And we just saw another...
There's actually 2 McLarens here. They're going 3 wide with a lap car. He was out of the way, but that was kind of interesting in that in there. Gab almost went for the move around the outside of the Clog. Freeman, by the way, has moved up into P4. And now Gab is going for the move once again. Going for the outside. Clog times the braking point really well and perfectly in space there on the exit. Maintains first.
Yeah, it seems like Gab's underfueled here as well. We'll see.
Laps. McLaren is letting cars through, but it's kind of awkward for him at the moment.
Did he
Spider's been disconnected. Oh, there goes Chevy. Loses the rear. Oh, another car as well. It's almost like there's oil down. There's obviously not, but I think that was Army. Yeah, exactly the same spot.
Gab once again, though, coming back at Clog. Clog defending the inside line here on turn 1. Gab going right up onto the curb.
Oh, beautiful.
Space given by Clog, and a very well done move there by Gab. Clog's still yet to really invest any ERS. He's sitting in the mid-90s now. He's even saved a little bit from the last time we checked in on that one. Spider now outside of the ERS to the top drivers there. Gonzalez trying to get a position back on Cobain. Cobain just launching through turn 3. Gonzalez goes up and underneath. What are you seeing?
I swear I just saw a dot on the map teleport across like a sector. I'm going to save that and watch that back after the broadcast because I cannot believe what I've just seen.
A wormhole, if you will.
Yeah. I've only seen that twice before, so it is possible. Oh, spinning J-Dog here. I think he's got some serious tyre heat issues going on, unfortunately.
Gab has worked out. Oh, yeah, Clog, it's floating there. And J-Dog, yeah, getting lapped there by the rest of the field. Quite a bit of the rest of the field there. Gonzalez trying to work his way through, now behind Ill Bill. Need to get some good timing here, and we have a spun out car of C. Freeman. Yeah. This is going to be a fun little battle because Cobain's a little bit out of that. But
talking about fun battles, there's about 12% worth of ERS between three cars here. It's Bill, it's Maxo and Gonzalez. Very close. In fact, Bill gets the move done on Maxo, who got incredibly sideways. It was a great catch, to be fair.
And with all this tussling, it's brought Cobain back into it here. So
that's a wide moment. There's too wide behind the car that went wide. Ill Bill that was, and he maintains position. Gonzalez though overtakes the championship lead.
Ooh, Cobain getting very close to the back of Maxo here. And he's
smart approach from Cobain to lift off a little bit there.
Yeah, he was about to get a good piece of the back of that gearbox. And once again, down the inside line goes Gonzalez, and Cobain looking to do the same thing. Cobain just getting edged out there, and a really good run from Maxo now. And he's got a potential to get two drivers here, but he's just out of ERS completely. Actually lefts off a little bit. And Gonzalez once again trying to go down the inside line, and very deep is Ill Bill. Cobain now back in here. Three of these guys.
Watching that from Cobain's angle was funny because he had three cars flashing in front of him, just gaining.
And he's still not done yet. He's going to try and get another position.
Over and under by the AlphaTauri.
Yeah.
Pulls it off really well. Vlog, by the way, is battling with the other AlphaTauri.
Yeah, I know, but there's four drivers going at it here. Like, what are we supposed to do?
I did mention, though, that Spider picked up a penalty in that sequence. So
and Clogs lost it.
Oh, no, the same corner again catches out a third car, and we've got a safety car deployed. We might see some pit stops here, particularly from guys on softs. Yeah, lots of cars.
What?
Yeah, I think Vlog was being overly cautious with rejoining, and when you sit there for too long, it can really punish you, and that's super unfortunate.
Oh, and then a drive-through
as well.
Oh my God, it's all
going wrong. Unfortunate as well that Jay pitted. He could have probably got his lap back if he had stayed out, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
and he almost had to run into there. Not sure who that was, Gonzalez.
Sorry.
This is all kicking off.
It's just about what we'd expect here in Division 4, just fun and chaos.
So 5th place is the first car to have entered the pits. The leaders have not been brought by the safety car, so they may choose to pit this next lap around though. The top 5 the top 4 yet to make a pit stop. Everyone else has, including J-Dog, who's made 3 stops already.
Wow.
There's a McLaren super far off the track there, and that will be Jay himself letting cars through. Man, he was so far off, I didn't even block it for a few seconds there. He's now letting everyone through, which is
he's not
commendable.
I hate to laugh, but he's just not having a day. He's got to be careful to get two McLarens disqualified, but yeah.
If he was on the grass, I would have said it was a lawnmower, but he was on the gravel, so I guess he's more like I don't know, what would you say?
A rake.
Yeah, a rake.
Yeah.
So Gav did decide to take the opportunity to pit there. He is currently 2nd place, so that's worked out quite well for him, but he has a long way to go on mediums, so may make another pit stop. I'll tell you that I have made mediums last 25 laps around this track, but that was with some serious tyre saving. He's got to go further than that to make it to the end, and while I'd say it's possible, I'm going to tell you right now it's pretty unlikely.
You know what, I gotta say, all power to J-Dog here. To be able to try and do a race and as well as create a Zen garden around turn 3 is very impressive. Or turn 4.
Well, it's the old saying in Midwest. Well, it's not really a saying, but piece of advice. Just finish the race. Look, he's currently in 14th
Yeah,
and
true.
down a lap, which is fine. More people could crash. He might find himself as high as, like, I don't know, 12th. And what's that worth in Division 4?
31,
Point structure.
31 points if he gets
Yeah.
up there.
So that's more than half a race win. So it's definitely worth staying in the race, no matter what position you're in, no matter how many laps down you are.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. And I think he's actually in reserve here in Division 5. Yeah, he is.
In which case, it's going to be a big payday.
Yeah. So, yeah, as it stands right now, even though he's in 14th place and almost 2 laps behind, he's in 10th in Division 5. So, I mean, yeah, just bring it home. Let's see. What's he doing down there? He's actually 5th, so he needs these points. He's working for these points.
Oh! This was a commentator's curse. J-Dog, I apologize. I'm so sorry. And by the way, McLaren curse. Holy hell.
Yeah, dude, what the hell?
Disqualified and warned? There's no way. I tell you one other thing.
I want to know what.
Here,
Oh god, sorry. Go ahead.
He's sitting here a lap down, right behind the race leader, wishing that the race leader pitted.
Oh, I want to know what that wall said to J-Dog, because that looked like it had some like. Oh, it pissed him off or something.
No.
Oh my.
It would have actually been better to just pause for the rest of the race.
Oh.
All right,
God.
safety car's coming in. TJ7 or Spider TJ7 is the leader. Into the pits comes Peter because he doesn't want to be in the way. Makes sense. And off we go. Oh my god, I can't believe what we just witnessed.
Yeah, the timing was unreal. Okay, so I mean, sitting at this point now, with Gab choosing a bold strategy, and Gonzalez looking as fast as he is, I'm gonna say that he is my penultimate race favorite. As oh no, it's Maxo reminds me that he is the Division 4 Drivers' Championship leader, and promptly takes a quick overtake there on Cobain.
No, I wouldn't say, by the way, that Gab's strategy is bold. I would say that it's the safe strategy, because he was always going to come out in P2, and now he's got better tyres than the race leader. So
I mean, if he's going to be able to if he can get it the rest of the way, that's the big thing.
I don't think he wants to, but he spins. He spins,
Yeah.
and he's in the racing lane. He reverses.
Wow.
Incredibly well timed reverse,
Oh.
because that would have been a big T-bone. Oh, I don't know about going now. He's fine. He's fine. Well, I'm going to stop commentators cursing people, hopefully, at some point.
Goodness gracious.
Into the pits comes Chevy to serve his drive-through, which I believe he tried to serve at one point under safety car, which was obviously not going to work.
Call me maybe looking for a move here on Subtle, but Hole eyeing up the inside line and will take it, but
there goes
really...
2 cars. Oh no. Literally it's oh no, it's Maxo and Cobain.
Oh, there we go. The Alpines are battling it out a little bit. See Freeman outbraking himself a little bit, and Raffola speeding into the pit lane. Raffola is actually out of this one as well.
See?
Okay.
And now if you are running, you are getting that 31 points should you finish the race.
Yeah. Oh my god.
No, I can't believe this. So Spider now has a 3-second lead, which is pretty handy for him since he has, I'm pretty sure, a 3-second penalty. Indeed he does. Although that gap is now diminishing as Gonzalez goes after him, and Gonzalez may be able to make it the rest of the way without pitting.
Maybe you have the commentator's curse tonight, and I'm just hanging out and just witnessing.
Oh yeah, it's definitely me. Watch Gonzalez now have an issue.
No, don't talk about my boy like that, because I called him.
No. Listen, Gonzalez is currently the net race leader.
Okay, hey, that's savage. Doubling down on it.
I just want to see if it works.
Oh, Oh, just for
I'm
strictly
sorry, getting Big Gonzalez.
strictly scientific purposes, Army Forever is somehow already out of ERS. As well
Yeah,
as
I said he was a net race leader, and then immediately fell outside of 3 seconds.
oh, and then Subtle but Whole. Oh,
Talking of 3 seconds.
yes, with the spin there around turn 3. But he's back on his way. And we'll see. Spider's actually increasing this gap here a little bit between himself and P. Gonzalez. But I mean, imagine P. Gonzalez knows he doesn't have to work too hard for this. He's got a penalty up ahead of him in Spider, and as well Spider.
And a big stop up his sleeve.
Yeah, exactly. Old Bill on Army Forever is seeming to be brewing for a solid little Tilly here, as they say in the hockey world. You can use that one, Jack.
I will attempt to at some point.
Tilly means fight.
I think there might be a move on here for Ill Bill. Immediately goes to the left side. As Army Forever got a bit onto the curb and sort of compromised his exit there. And now splitting the Alpines is the upper move.
As well could be a band name. Splitting the Alpines.
That's a cool name for a band, to be fair.
Yeah. It would be.
I hope I get royalties for that.
Well, I just need to learn an instrument. I was thinking about taking up the acoustic bagpipes.
I'll accompany you on the triangle.
Ah. You don't want to take the electric bagpipes?
Not particularly.
No.
I know a kazoo player that might join.
Oh. Oh, were kazoos big for you when you were in elementary school as well?
No. I
No?
wouldn't say so.
For whatever reason, they just handed out kazoos to us.
I would say though that Chevy has had some issues in the middle sector and he's just recovered. Unfortunate for him, he lost a position in that.
So we're on the chase here with P. Gonzalez, now just teetering that gap in between him having net race. I guess he still kind of has net race win, but the proper overall on time race lead to Spider.
Subtle but Hole got incredibly sideways, but with a wonderful catch. He tried to blast the battery to get back inside of DRS, but I don't think he quite managed it there on Gab, who overtook him kind of recently. There's a Ferrari facing perpendicular to the track. It's Cobain. And I think he's going to surrender that position to Chevy, as he almost gasses it up too much. Recovers it nicely there. Falls back to 11th. Ferrari now 11th and 12th.
Surprised we haven't seen any sort of discussion here in the Division 4 chat.
Oh,
well,
we maybe though. Broken front wing.
Well, at least he'll be able to go into a nice set of mediums there and just ride those out for the rest of the race.
Oh, that was an incredibly awkward pit entry.
Yeah. Who's beside him there? Was there Cobain or Peter? Peter.
Oh, and speed into pits. Insult to injury. Obviously, the broken wing means you slow down a little bit slower, but you decelerate at a lower rate because the wing is not giving you the downforce. Caught him out there. I don't think there are any DRS battles currently on track.
No.
It's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
Gab may create one soon, though. He's encroaching on the gap to P5 Army.
Mm-hmm. Gab's trying to earn back what he once had, and I bet he is hoping for a safety car. But he might pick himself up fastest lap pretty quick with the way he's going here.
Yeah, he's certainly exhibiting the best pace at the moment. Whether that's enough to get him back towards the front, who knows? But Gonzalez picks up a penalty.
Yeah.
Meaning that Spider definitely has the current race lead, but again, there may be a pit stop required. Well, there is definitely a pit stop required for Spider. Whether Gonzalez needs one or not remains to be seen. And Gab has immediately pounced here on Army. Looks like he's going to get the traction out of turn 3. And off he sets. He's got no battery to fight with, and Gab will be 2.3 seconds, 2.4 seconds behind Ill Bill. Let's see how quickly he can catch up to the upper limit.
Yeah, I'd imagine it won't take too long here for Gab. He's definitely been one of, if not the quickest in the lobby so far. Gonzalez is finally chopping away at that time to Spider now, nearly at 2 seconds.
Spider should be looking at making a pit stop pretty soon. The mediums will fall off around now. This stage of the race is, well, at the end of this lap, it's halfway. So I assume he intends to go to hards. He may actually want to stretch to go to softs, which is audacious, but possible.
Another penalty handed out here as Gab now has officially broken the DRS window. And is going to try and work his way up to Ill Bill.
As opposed to Kill Bill, Ill Bill, who's just Bill who's not very well.
No, he's under the weather. He's Bill.
He's under the weather. And he's been overtaken immediately as well. Gab is certainly on a march and spinning.
Yeah, we'll see how, I mean, with the way he's going, it won't take many laps for him to get up on the back of Freeman as Ill Bill.
There's the pit stop for the race leader, by the way.
Honestly, you might be right. It's as if there's like an oil slick around turn 7. Because Ill almost lost it there as well.
Did someone say oil? Immediately start digging. Alright, Spider's gone for the hard tyre. That's exactly what we expected. He should emerge here in 7th place. There might be pressure from his teammate, who picked up a penalty though. Unfortunate. Yeah, 7th place for Spider is going to be... Yeah, he's going to have great tyres compared to the rest of the field, so look for him to come back through.
Chevy Freak currently leading the way with 9 seconds worth of penalties. Peter DH currently leading the way.
I was going to ask you what your leaderboard was up to if you were saying he was leading the way.
Yeah. Ill Bill is leading the way in positions gained, up 10 spots from race start. Avoiding the carnage quite well.
Gonzalez, though, now the complete race leader, does not need to make another pit stop. So even with the penalty, at the moment, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, not too shabby. And we got a nice little duel lining up here between Settle But Whole and Army Forever. We'll see if Settle wants to do it right now. Takes a peek at the inside line, says no thank you, I'll do it somewhere else, but by doing so completely hinders his apex through turn 1 and won't really have much of a shot here into turn 3. He is gaining quite a bit. Once again, thinks about it, opts not to, and Army Forever just says go right ahead.
It's fascinating watching the differences in how people race between divisions. I'm seeing a lot of not necessarily missed braking points and just spins. You see that in all divisions, but the main difference I see is there's not a great appreciation for the amount of extra traction you can get by putting the right angle on your steering through the middle of the corner and sort of squaring it off on the exit. People are going onto exit curbs, sort of exiting at weird angles. I think that if there's any advice I could give some of these guys is to try and work on exit speed and traction zones, because I think that's where they can gain the most.
I'll implement that into my GT7 adventures.
Well, I'm not sure exactly how it translates to GT, but yeah, for sure give it a go. Spider is approaching this battle as well. He's got DRS and he's got those fresh tyres, so look for him to make some moves, especially the fact that he's got 95% ERS right now.
Is he going to deploy here? Yes, he is. Ooh, these guys are very close. Spider taking the inside line, but we have seen the outside work in this situation before, and a good attempted a defense there by Army Forever, but as well loses another position. But that should, I mean, that was coming anyway with the tire differential between those two guys there.
Absolutely. I think another move's going to be coming for him as well shortly. Because he is well within DRS. Subtle but Hull will not have DRS to make a defense. It does look like Spider has a bit more downforce though. However, with DRS it should be fine.
And then, yeah, Army comes into the pit there.
Okay, Army off 20 lap old hards. Probably is going to set some mediums to that car.
Ooh, Spider very close on the back. And before we even get to the left kink there, he's already got the overtake done. And we'll be able to line up a nice little apex coming into turn 3 here. And as well can see Ill Bill not too far ahead as well on some older hards. Yellow in sector 2, that seems to be Call Me Maybe finding some troubles.
So Spider retains the position on that next DRS straight, and that dangling carrot in front of him is the Alfa Romeo in P4. He should be onto that pretty soon, I would imagine, with the pace he's going at. But then it's a bigger gap to P3, and we should mention that Gab has been closing that gap in front of him. He's only 2 seconds behind Freeman now for P2.
And as well, Freeman sitting with a 3-seconder.
Indeed. And that's a wide moment for Ill Bill. Here comes Spider. Probably won't make the move here. Or actually, you know what? He may just go for the move towards turn 1. It's not a great place to make moves usually, but he's got such momentum that it's not a problem for the AlphaTauri.
Yeah, did a really good job of cleaning up that racing line there too. Initially coming out on a fairly sharp angle, but got very good exit speed on his way out, even not taking the proper racing line. And we'll see he's got a long ways to go to try and close the gap up to Gab, but he'll be able to put his head down and just kind of venture on.
Yep, 9 seconds is that gap. However, Gab is likely going to have to make another pit stop, so it still looks like a potential podium here for Spider.
Yeah, safety car in this one could really change things up. And Gab is back in DRS range to Freeman. So we will quickly jump aboard that and watch him close in on that that Alpine up ahead of him.
Yep, the only other... Well, there's 2 other DRS battles. For 5th and 6th, as well as for 10th and 11th. As Oh No It's Maxo enters the pits. I imagine that'll be for a set of mediums. Look at the race director. He went soft, medium, or you get medium again.
Cobain and Call Me Maybe.
Oh, huge catch. Well caught by Ill Bill, but he's going to probably lose a position here.
Well, he's got a good chance here to defend this spot, but no. He won't be. Oh, and outbreaks himself a little bit too. My goodness. But here we go. We'll
I
get
think
back
he
up.
was being quite responsible by making sure he avoided the other car, to be honest.
Back on board with Gab here.
Gab, who's going to pit.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's always a good idea that if you need to pit and you're about to get held up, just avoid the risk. Don't get held up. Don't get yourself involved in what could be a battle that destroys both of your races. Just make the pit stop. I mean, 12 laps. Yeah, it needs to be medium still. It's mediums indeed.
Serving a
Where does
penalty.
he emerge?
Oh,
a lot of pit stops.
I just got a glitch and it looked like he was they're serving a penalty, and then he just glitched at the exit of the pit lane. That's really
Weird.
Yeah, that was really odd. Oh my goodness.
Alright, so 3 of the top 6 pitted that lap, and they've all emerged, well, on mediums. So they're getting to the end. They've got some, that Chevy Freak in trouble. For Aston Martin has to wait for the Alpine to go through before he can do a flick spin.
Looks like he
Are they
lost a little bit of
responsible?
his wing too.
The other Aston Martin also having to do a flick spin currently, only a corner ahead. And this is going to be dangerous.
Oh.
Yeah. Takes Spider completely out of the race from
Oh.
third. And it's a safety car. Oh, I feel so bad for Spider there.
that sucked. I didn't know that was Spider.
Ouch. Well, we're definitely going to get a new race winner now, because Spider was the only one to have won a D4 race this season. And it's stacking in the pits for the lapped Aston Martins, who both should have stayed out in order to get their lap back.
You see, this is where they need a crew chief there, Jacko. You need to try and crew chief for all these guys.
Look, man, if I can get $20 an hour out of that, then hell yes, I'm doing that.
Oh, there you go. Not too bad. Oh my goodness. But anywho, Peter DH, just on sheer will and passion for racing, will jump up to 11th after this. And we'll actually be able to pick up a couple positions because both the Aston Martins and I think the other Ferrari as well. No, was the other Ferrari lap 2? No. Was he? No.
It's kind of hard to tell. Everything messed up at the moment. Probably
He might. I
not.
think he actually unlapped himself though, because Gonzalez and Freeman are into the pit here.
Okay, and it's softs for Gonzalez, which is, I would say, actually a good idea. Yeah, there's not that many laps to go. Some of them are going to be under yellow as well, so softs are now a reasonable choice.
Yeah, and
Oh,
what happened
Gab
to-
just got in front of Freeman there.
Oh,
It was
wow.
very close.
yeah, Gonzalez needs to try and open up 3 seconds to Gab, or else Gab's going to be able to get this win back.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Gab looks pretty good for this. He's had the pace over others so far. And Gonzalez does have the benefit of softs, but I mean, on the last few laps of the race, the mediums will probably be fast.
So Clog was actually saying that he got stuck in the gravel and wasn't able to get out, and then they disqualified him for parking.
So unfortunate.
Yeah. But I'm
I
looking
think
here
this
at
is the first game where you can get beached
Oh, really?
off track and on curbs. So yeah, that's definitely possible.
I gotta say, I'm looking here at Ill Bill. I mean, he's got 2 guys ahead of him, both with penalties. I mean, we don't know how many warnings as well the guys up above have. So, I mean, P3 is quite the potential here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's have a look at the total penalties actually. So it's 3 seconds for everyone but Chevy Freak, who's on 9. Who spins? What? Why are people passing each other right now? Okay, into the pits. Okay, that makes sense. Army Forever has chosen to pit, which is probably a good idea. He's not going to lose that many positions, and he probably will go for some softs, I would imagine. Yep, he had... Oh no, it goes mediums. Okay. Some interesting decisions happening here. I mean, that's not too unreasonable going for mediums there, actually, but still. You said you were looking at Ill Bill. He's also the most positions gained currently at 9, with Freeman the only other one in that sort of realm at 7. Oh, Gonzalez 6, but he can't go any further.
Yes. Exactly that. I was going to say, I think I mentioned that a couple of laps ago. But
Yeah, you did.
we'll see if C. Freeman can do anything there. But yeah, Ill Bill's sitting in a very good spot, as well as Gab is too, especially with the safety car, which I pointed out earlier as well. Just like to say, safety car, we're bringing back into it. And
It's almost like you're a seasoned commentator.
It's as if I've done, I think, 100 of my own races. This might even be my 100th for all I know.
Oh,
It could be 101th.
alright. Well, the safety car looks like it's staying out another lap, which will be very helpful for... Well, I would say it would be helpful for a soft runner if they didn't have a penalty to deal with. So maybe it's not helpful, but ordinarily, I would say it's very helpful for the soft running Gonzalez.
No, I think the safety car knew that he'd be down to Division 4 today, so he fueled up the tank.
Now it's a pit stop for Cobain, giving up, I think it was like P6 or 7 in favour of new tyres, which look like soft. Now the question is he doing that because he thinks it's the right strategy or because he's colour coordinating with his car?
Yeah, good point.
Either way, emerges in 8th place, the last on the lead lap.
Okay. So 7 full laps to go after we get in here. And imagine, Call Me Maybe, is it? Or wait, so Cobain's on the lead lap, Call Me Maybe, Peter, and all but 1 lap behind. Okay. Actually, no, whatever. Doesn't matter. But yes, there we go. Confirmation. Safety car is in this lap. Chevy Freak will be able to catch up to the pack, and he will actually have a pretty good run at things. And we'll see what Gonzalez has up his sleeve for the restart here. How much is he going to back everyone up? And it doesn't seem like he's doing it too much because he's not too far separated from the safety car there.
Tell you what though, when was the last time you saw a Williams 1-2? And at last.
Yeah.
Last time Williams had pole in real life was at this track, 2014, with Felipe Massa. So, might be good omens for the team.
True enough. Gonzalez gets off really well. Caught off
Incredibly
Gabagai.
good restart.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Calamity at the back. Call Me Maybe spun.
This is not good for Gabagai because he's already got C. Freeman, and they've made a little bit of contact in Gab, and he's already down to 4th place.
He's been swallowed. Here comes Bill as well, and he's now technically the race leader. Oh, let's back through almost. Or was that just a really early breaking point? Oh, swoops across the front out of control. What an incredible save, I guess you could call it, but falls down to 6th. Maxo will have had a new underwear required from his team, I imagine.
And actually, as it stands right now, Gonzalez is going to win this race because he separated himself from Gab over 3 seconds, which currently is the amount of penalties that Gonzalez has, but things can change very quickly.
Absolutely.
Yellow flag there.
Aston Martin have just got absolute roller skates on their cars.
There's a sniper. There's a sniper somewhere. And he just has it out for Aston Martin. He's just popping their tires.
It's like they've got Sebastian Vettel driving the car, honestly.
Oh, goodness. No, that was a completely false statement.
Gonzalez was the fastest lap, which, of course, is very helpful for him. That's worth a point.
And Gab is back up a position.
At the front, too. That's an extremely wide line from Freeman. He gets away with it.
And, yeah, the Aston Martin sniper hits Chevy Freak once again.
Yeah.
We had the sniper come out quite a bit there in China, if you remember.
Oh, that's an interesting place to come out.
Yeah. But okay,
He
so
fits for the Ferrari of Cobain.
there's been quite a bit of pit stops.
Yeah. Let's see. How many pit stops have... Alright, we've had 3 drivers make 4 pit stops.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. The minimum number of pit stops is 2 to be expected with safety cars.
And as you'd
And we've got a draw for the most positions gained as well. 8 places for Bill and Freeman.
But Freeman will lose 1 spot with the penalty awarded at the end.
This
And
is true.
Gab is trying to do as much as he can to try and close that gap to Gonzalez, but it looks like Gonzalez has gotten away and then some here.
Oh, Freeman's lost it when Superwide got a penalty and completely dumped the car. No one else is going to be caught up in that, I don't think. But he loses 2nd place down to 7th.
And Il Bill, oh no, it's Maxo, but Il Bill actually opts out a bit there. And we'll see Il Bill still with a good chance to finish on the podium here. He's got to overtake Maxo and then catch up.
I'm watching Il Bill here under brakes in heavy braking zones, and it just seems like he's got no brake pressure. It's really weird to watch.
Are you actually looking at his braking application?
No, I'm just watching, like, when he hits the brakes, which seems reasonable, the car starts to slow down, and then it just doesn't decelerate at the rate that I would expect it to. And he just goes deep every time. Really strange.
So between 1 and 2, we got a sheer battle of pace in the Williams teammates there. Currently separated by a second on track, so it's literally just who can outpace each other. Well, Gonzalez just has to keep it tidy from here on out. Gab's got all the work to do.
Yep, that. Well, the car performance will swing back towards Gab, remember, but maybe not in time as Il Bill makes a move on. Oh no, it's Maxo who got an interesting line through turn one, so. Interestingly, Il Bill is outside of the 3 seconds to settle the hole, but maybe encroaching on it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. That's going to be very tight between those two at the end. Il Bill now having a strong hold onto the hardest charger.
Look at that gap up front, coming down to 3.4 seconds.
Oh, yes.
3 laps and a few corners to go. I think Gab is bringing himself back into this.
Both guys are majorly pushing here as well.
Certainly taking the hard way around to do it if Gab wins this race.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Setting
Another fastest lap, and this time it's for Gab. He knows what he's doing. He just needs to keep it tidy, not get a penalty himself, which would be very badly timed, let's say, in these last 3 laps. But he's teetering with that margin. Look at it, it's 3.005.
Oh my goodness, so close,
it's
yeah.
so close.
And
there it is.
Yeah, he's broken into it now. Still, things can change here. All it takes is one little hiccup there by Gab, and Gonzalez has it once again.
Army Forever is now closed into the back of the 4th and 5th battle here. He's technically already in 5th with the penalty to Maxo, but another wide moment from Il Bill, who continues to have braking woes. And that's all allowing Shuttle but Hole to be relatively safe in his podium bid.
I mean, Jack, you can say what you want about this race, but if someone didn't call this race entertaining, they'd get a sweet punch right in the face from me. This has been a fun one.
Oh yeah, it's definitely entertaining.
Yeah. Oh my god. We're still not done yet here. Army Forever trying to get as well. Oh no, it's Maxo and potentially Il Bill on lap 35. These laps do go by very quickly, so Army Forever is running out of time in turns. And then once again...
Oh, there goes Il Bill, super off the track. He's going to come back on the track at an angle.
Still fine, still be finishing in 4th place, but now he's now there's no car separating himself and Army Forever, who's well with the overtake and get 4th place. So very exciting stuff between these two, and Gab is just on an absolute mission here. He's now already closed a 1.5 seconds on Gonzalez now, and that win surely seems locked up at this point.
He may even try and make that pass on track if he can. But the last lap has begun, so he won't have DRS, probably in either of the first 2 zones. So he may just choose to be safe about it and follow his teammate home in the race.
And Il Bill once again looking at, oh no, it's Maxo. Doesn't look like he's going to try anything into turn 1. Both Il Bill and oh no charging up the battery into the corner. And we'll see Army Forever as well losing some time, or losing some corners to be able to get the job done. Il Bill does get the car slowed down, but does not get a good exit. And Army Forever
there goes
into
Army.
The wall. Ouch.
Too much throttle. And there goes Freeman into him. He needs to gather that and not lose 6 seconds, otherwise that 6th place is lost. But 2 corners to go for the both Williams drivers, and it looks like Gonzalez is going to lead them across the line, but surrender the lead by a 3-second penalty to his teammate. A Williams 1-2, however, must be great for both of them. Gab wins the race. Settlebert Hole is lonely here in 3rd. Maxo's going to cross in 4th, but probably lose out just the 1 position.
So we didn't even notice there wasn't even a Red Bull in this race. And
Yeah, we knew that from before. They
oh,
both reserved upwards, remember?
oh yes, okay. Well, I didn't notice that the we didn't have anyone filling in here. But anywho, Red Bull currently is sitting second in the Constructors' Championship. They'll surely be overtaken by the solo AlphaTauri finisher of, oh no, it's Maxo. And Williams will continue their stranglehold now with a 1-2 finish here today and try and stretch that gap and hold on to the Constructors' Championship in Division 4 with a very proper and well-raced race by both Gonzalez and Gab.
Absolutely. And the Aston Martins, despite having more spins than a tumble dryer, both finished the race, will score points. It's very important for Call Me Maybe, for example, who started this race in second in the standings. And ended up with a P10, I believe it was.
P8 and D3 compared to D4. Point structure. P8 is 52 points. D4, that's equivalent to a second place in D4. That is your answer there, Baba Yaga.
Well, that sounds good for Baba Yaga.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a good little haul for him there. Who is representing the Red Bulls. So, but those points will go to the D3 Constructors Championship, I believe. It won't go to the D4 Constructors. How does that work, actually? I don't even...
Yeah, the points for the teams will go to the division that the driver raced in.
Yeah.
The point for the driver will go into their division.
Yes. All right, well, take it away there, Jacko. I'll try and get these guys in for an interview.
Alright, the race winner with the fastest lap is Gab, and teammate Gonzalez finishes P2. It's Subtle but Whole rounding out the podium with Ill Bill collecting 4th and the hardest charger. Oh no, it's Maxo, championship leader, ends up with the top 5. Freeman 6th after that late spin. Army Forever also a late spin in 7th. Cabane with the lead Ferrari there in 8th with his teammate just behind in 9th. Well, actually a full lap behind. Then it's Call Me Maybe also a lap down in the top 10 though. Chevy Freak 2 laps down, finishing the race importantly. Spider taken out in a very unfortunate crash, as well as other DNFs for Murphala, Clog, and Jay. Actually, Clog I believe was a DSQ, but it says DNF for me on my screen.
Okay.
And with that, I think I'm going to have to head off there, Crash. I hope you can take the interviews with no problem there.
Yeah, no worries. Enjoy the
Thanks
rest
for having me. See you next week, everyone, in Division 3, I think you said, at Suzuka.
Exactly, yes. Enjoy the rest of your Friday.
Enjoy your Thursday night.
Thank you. Alrighty. Alrighty then. TJ, so we'll see if these guys decide they want to come in for an interview. But while we wait, anyone have any good stories or anything? Anything exciting happen for them today? Was it just an average Joe Thursday for you, or did anything special make it anything different? Maybe a pizza party at work? Honestly, pizza parties at work are fucking sick. Like, I mean, this is kind of a slap in the face. But I mean, still, nothing wrong with pizza. No, send it. No invite for the chat. How do you keep out the injury? Dude. Oh my god. I've literally just joined in a waiting room in general. I put it in the little message there asking. It's in general. It's called waiting room. It's a voice channel. Oh, wait. Die before turn 1. Rear diffuser and floor damage. Such a tough race. Yeah, it was, you weren't the only one, I must say. There's a lot of people that were struggling this evening, I must say. They were not having the best of times. But shit happens when you party naked. It is what it is. I mean, it was exciting. Go back and watch it, that's for sure. It was a good one. Jack and I had a couple proper laughs. Well, these guys are in East, you just want me to hop on for the dive. Sure, Peter, by all means, come on in. No problem there. Subtle figured it out. Let's go. Alright, what's happening tomorrow? Do 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 do. Oh, look at these guys are figuring it out. Nice. Sorry, do not good at this stuff. Can't figure it out. Okay, so P. Gonzalez in Discord on your phone. Do you have Discord on your phone? If you don't have Discord on your phone, or on your computer, with a mic, and headphones, I guess, open that up, the MidWest F1 League 1, in general, the very top topic, or category thing, and then it's at the bottom of the category, called Waiting Room. It's a voice channel. Click on that and join. And then once you're in there, you're good. I do the rest. You got it, I believe. Where do I go? Okay. Gonzalez, if you can see what I just sent into the chat. Okay, Gonzalez figured it out. Nice. Okay. See what Gab can do here. We'll give him a solid proper minute here. Okay, well, we'll see if Gab can join up here. But
All right, I'm back.
Beautiful. We'll do you first. Your mic's working perfect. So there we go. So anywho, with Gab not being here, and you getting the first one on the podium for the interviews, that is. Why don't you kind of walk me through the safety car restart there at the end there, Gonzalez?
Safety car restart, dog. All right, so I got a guy behind me who has no penalty. That's my teammate Gab. I want to trick these guys into thinking that I'm just gonna keep on going to the last corner and just pull away. I think I caught them a little bit off guard, and just pushed it 2 corners before the second to last corner, and I just pushed, man. I had that soft strategy going, and I was hoping I'd pull that 3-second gap or more, and I did have it for a little bit, man, but I just kept messing up. Looking back at the time, I wasn't concentrating, and it is what it is, but I made something happen out of nothing after getting spun out a couple laps in, all the way to the back and coming back to the front.
Yeah, I mean, true enough. Tough situation there that you had yourself into. You did a really good job. I mean, where did those penalties come from? Where did you pick those up?
So I kept picking them up on the second corner. Going into that to the chicane that has the sausage. I want to say the green sausage. I just kept going wide there, and I'm not sure what was going on. I was just, I guess, defending a couple of those times or trying to get past a couple of guys, but just went wide and picked up 3, unfortunately. But after I got past a couple of the guys and stopped defending, straight away, no penalties, no more track limits.
So do you think that I mean, does Austria kind of like catch people out a little bit for penalties, or is it well known that it's like I think it's dangerous?
Oh, sorry. No, I think it does, dog, because you got to think about it. You got a lot of guys that are real close in time, and I mean battles get fought here, and you're gonna lay out some elbows. You're gonna play dirty, you know what I'm saying? Some backyard basketball, elbows out
against your
no
brother.
refs.
Yeah, 1-on-1 against your brother.
Yeah. And I mean, it's great stuff. It's good stuff, man. But you just gotta sometimes put it out a little bit and make something out of nothing. And if you get the best out of it, then you survive. And if you don't, I mean, you get those penalties, man.
Yeah, no, true enough. Would you, kind of going back, knowing what you know now, would you have gone for the softs once again in that situation, or do you think that you were kind of up to the mercy of what Gab was able to do off the restart anyway?
I think if I would have just put my head down and concentrated, I would definitely go for softs again. Also, if I didn't have the 3-second penalty, definitely. But even still, with that 3-second penalty, I think if I would have just kept my head down and concentrated, I think I would have kept it.
Yeah, fair enough. Just missing out on the win. Have you picked up a win yet in the league?
In Division 5, I think I have 2. Like I said, this is my first permanent race in Division 4. I've always been called up. Okay. So I started off in Division 8 last year when we guys still had it, and I've moved up, I feel like, and trying to show my speed out there.
True enough. All right, good stuff. Where do you think you can kind of wind up at the end of this? What division do you think you could lie?
I'm hoping to get to top, man. I feel like I have good pace. Mm-hmm. I've shown it out there, and I've also feel like I've had clean races. A lot of people know me from racing on Thursdays and Fridays here in MidWest. So I'm just trying to get my name out there, trying to get myself recognized and do something with it.
Oh, awesome, good stuff. Well, I mean, Today's a good day to do it. You're on stream. You had a proper race. Well done.
I appreciate that, homie.
No worries. Best of luck in the future there.
Yeah, man.
All right. All right. Subtle butthole.
How's it going?
Good, my guy. How are you doing?
Man, that was a wild one.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. You just kind of randomly picked up third. I mean, you're kind of there for the whole race, but then just the way that things settled, you were just in third place. So I mean,
yeah,
you got to be happy with how things turned out. I mean, won't you guys kind of take me through that safety car restart?
Yeah, he ended up taking off a little bit early, like you said. It ended up benefiting me because I got away from the guy behind me. I had a 3-second penalty, so I was just trying to open that up as much as possible, open up that gap and just see how it shook out. And then after seeing, Steve Freeman spin, all of a sudden I was in a podium position and just trying to push it.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, how many races have you done in this league? You've been around for quite some time too, eh?
Yeah, I think I was here season 2.
Yeah.
Was my first race.
Damn. Do you think you're in the 90s? No. Maybe, you'd be in like the 70s now with how many races you've done here on Thursday, that is?
I would guess so. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, damn, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot, and now, I don't necessarily have as much time as I did at the beginning because, the work and kid and everything, but yeah, I think D4 is a good spot for me. So it's been fun doing that.
As well, when it initially started was like kind of the middle of COVID too. I mean, not many people had a lot going on at that point.
Right. Oh yeah, I'd practice like all week for the race, and
yeah,
it was that much more disappointing when, like tonight, you end up getting spun on turn 1.
Oh god. Yeah, no, Jacko brought up a good point. It seems like it's the COVID push and everything has kind of like died out for a lot of people, and they're just kind of getting back to the normal days. Hence why we're kind of dropping the divisions.
Yeah. Yep.
It is what it is, though.
Yeah.
But going forward now, you said you kind of view yourself to be just like a steady Div 4 driver. I mean, what other racing game do you feel like maybe you're Div 1 quality in? Or is this the best? Is this the best of you in racing world?
I would say this is probably the best I've got. I mean, I'd just gotten into racing during COVID. So started off with the controller, raced against Adeltonian for like one night, like 6 races, finally got him on the last one, and he invited me into the league. And once I got a couple races into that, I ended up buying a whole sim and all of that fun stuff. So, I mean, I'm still, figuring things out, and hopefully it ends up, hopefully I keep getting better and better. The podiums are always extra fun since I'm not a regular podium finisher. But I think if I can get some consistency, I could find myself back at D3, but it's so fast there that then I'm just kind of bringing up the tail end, and that's not super fun.
Yeah, no, true enough. Yeah, you want to be in like a place where you can compete and squeeze a podium out randomly like you just did here tonight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I qualified 6th, my qualifying has been horrible, and my racing, I've felt like I've done pretty well consistently, or with consistency when I don't DNF. And my starts are really good. So I was hoping for a podium, and then I spun, and then the podium was out of my mind for the rest of the night, right up until I got into 3rd place, and then I started sweating. But yeah, random podiums are fun. I drank wine that night.
Yeah. What do you drink? White or red?
I'm a red wine guy. I like the ones that are aged in whiskey or rum barrels, like that 19 Crimes stuff and Inferno.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm still at the point where I just like, I actually had a sip of, I was still, youthful, I guess, or like only like the whites, right? But
yeah.
I mean, easy. I mean,
pause.
I've got reasons. You don't have.
We need to just sample that one out.
Yeah, let's not clip that.
Why?
I
What's
only
wrong?
like the whites.
I mean, well, the whites are, in my opinion, better. But I mean,
Crash and Knuckles are agreeing on one thing here. Holy cow!
no, but seriously though, I just still don't have the. I thought I didn't have the taste for red quite yet. I could have made a better joke. But
you need a good cab sav to lighten you up, or is there some Vancouver Island Riesling or something that's your taste there, Crash?
Man, I just love gin so much. Like that's just as well the problem. Oh my god.
Oh, I was gonna say I am. This might be more Canadian specific, but I almost exclusively at this point rock with the Empress, Crash.
Oh,
gotta be my favorite right now.
You actually have Empress over there now?
Absolutely.
Oh, Empress
it is
so
at the Liquor Control Board of Ontario carries it, and I absolutely love drinking that straight, or if not with cocktails.
Oh, so good.
I'll send you a link if you want the backup here, Subtle, so you're not necessarily out of the conversation. But it's like an indigo gin. It uses this great like flower to bloom inside. There gives the cocktails this awesome indigo bluey purple color. It's delicious.
Interesting. You Canadians.
I was trying to see if I still had my bottle, but I drank it. I think I got it. Oh, I've got an empty one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just imagine the purple fill in there to everybody rewatching the stream or catching the highlight. That'll do it justice. Just Google it. It's what we all do, anyways.
It's so good though.
Yeah.
Very nice and sweet, and not too sweet. It's got a gorgeous color too, especially when you have it in the clear glass. Looks very nice. But yeah, it's actually from Victoria too. Eh? It's after the Empress Hotel. They made it.
I've never been able to get out to Vancouver Island, but apparently it is beautiful out there for reference. But yeah, I forget where I got introduced to it, but it is delicious, and Subtle absolutely should be enjoying his whiskey barrel soaked wine after this one. What a heck of a race after that start. I actually think it was P. Gonzalez, Subtle, and I who all got into that initial collision, except, P. Gonzalez and Subtle have that talent, and I was just happy to finish the race with all the floor and diffuser damage after that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, my floor was pretty bashed up after that one, too.
Do we need to turn damage off for you guys? Like, what's going on here?
Man.
I mean,
you guys aren't that far down the divisions.
Realistically, Subtle, you take away from.
Go ahead, Subtle.
I think they changed it this season and bumped it up one, because we used to not get floor damage hitting curbs, but I found out that we definitely do that after I went, I don't know, probably like lap 20. I went over turn 1 curb and damaged my floor even more than it was before. So,
damn,
I don't know. I mean, now that I know it, I'll definitely stay away from curbs. So I don't know that we need to turn damage off, but maybe bumpers. Put some bumpers on.
I'm pretty much in agreement with Subtle here, especially because I've been rocking a lot of the D4 races as of late. Mm-hmm. The talent is absolutely here. I think it's a bit of learning curve. I think we're going to be settling down with the 5 divisions in place now.
Yeah.
And I think the big thing is I'm just taking a look at the board here. Probably 4 or 5, including myself, maybe 5 or 6 of the drivers, this might have been their first real run in a D4 race. And with the sausage curbs being so pronounced in Austria, I think it's the first time a lot of people picked up floor damage, not through a collision, but on track.
Oh.
So I don't think it's needed as of yet, but
okay.
I was really surprised at the amount of spinning in this race, to be honest with you. But it provided some fantastic qualifying performances, fireworks at the start, and a shocking DNF of the leader towards the end. So Jacko kind of led on that leader hit a lapped car. What happened there?
Oh, it wasn't leader. It was
Spider.
Spider. Yeah, we had a really good chance to win. But yeah, one of the lapped. Oh shoot, what car was it? I can't remember. Doesn't really matter.
I think it was one of the Astons. Just looking at it.
Yeah, the Astons. There was a sniper out there that was not happy with the green that they were sporting tonight. They was picking them off around every turn. The guy had an unreal shot. The Astons could not get a lap in without getting shot down once again.
Oh God.
Yeah, but they had a rough day, but they finished it off. But yeah, he spun out and then just unsafe re-entry, and Aston made it out fine. But of course, the guy with a good chance to win ended up on the losing end of that battle, which he did not ask to be in. So
that is painful to say the least. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
well, Subtle just performs under pressure. You know, he sees the big cameras of the live stream on him and just picks up that big podium.
Yeah.
P. Gonzalez, I've raced with him through D7 up, and it's amazing. He'll throw a top 5 or he'll DNF, but more frequently than not, he's finishing that race pretty high up. He's really putting it together.
Yeah, no, he seemed like a really good, really proper. Even off the initial start, the guy he went right up on the grass to get an overtake because the car ahead didn't get a good jump off the line. So yeah, no, you fared very well today. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think we're gonna bring it to a close here, guys. If there's anything else you guys want to say, by all means, get it off your chest.
Go Duke.
Duke,
North Carolina this weekend. Go Duke.
Okay, fair enough.
Big college basketball action. I'm just going to tip my cap, as always, to Crash and Jacko on the stream. Cannot wait to rewatch, guys. Thanks again.
Yeah, no worries. Not a problem. Hopefully I don't forget to post it late. Like I just posted the race from 2 weeks ago on YouTube now. So we'll see. I got a wedding tomorrow and Saturday, so it'll be a fun one. We'll see how distracted I get, and if I'll even be conscious enough to even remember about doing something like that. But yeah, thank you very much for that, Peter. And as well, thank you very much for coming in there, Subtle. Appreciate that, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you. See ya.
See ya. All right. So that is it for us here in the Midwest F1 League, as per usual. Hopefully you enjoyed what was on display. And as well, go check out the sponsors, Raise Energy, Epos Gaming, and Sim Racer Coin. If you have not checked out the Twitter, Instagram page, go check those out, as those are always a good time, as well as the YouTube channel. Hopefully we'll be seeing you over there. And if you're on YouTube, go check out the Twitch channel. But other than that, hopefully you have a good rest of your Thursday, and hopefully you enjoyed what was on display, and hopefully we'll be seeing you once again next week, as we'll be in Division 3 in Suzuka. So stay tuned for that one, and hope. What the hell was that? Okay, yeah. As per usual, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you soon. Good night.